Well, what a hard game it's been to fathom. We saw so many stoppages in the opening 10 minutes, 7 or 8 penalties handed out by referee John Holdsworth as he attempted to settle both sides down. And since then, it's been an attacking spectacle. We are 6.5 minutes from the half-time siren. And Roy, I dare say that both sides will be looking for the dressing shed and a glass of cold water.
Well, as far as the Kiwis are concerned, they've made 89 tackles, Pat, and look at their attack now. So they're a very fit team. It's quite clear that the tackling hasn't eroded too much of their physical fitness.
Well, Watson spotted the open spaces, but he decided to take them before he grabbed the ball. And that could be a costly knock-on, only 10 metres outside their own quarter line. Daly standing at 5'8", working the run around with Jackson. Jackson to Meninga trying to stand up Iro. This time, the big man couldn't get a roll on. Daly from dummy half. To Gaia standing wide with a little bit of space. He's trying to get away from Gary Freeman, but he kept chasing him down, Gary Freeman. What a determined little player he is.
It's like trying to tackle a stepladder on the move, isn't it? He's so tall.
Langer now finds those holes he was finding in the second test, in the middle of the ruck. They dearly love another try, the Aussies. Bella will settle it in centre field. Gets it inside the New Zealand quarter wave. Langer calling the shots. They'll go to Clyde, to Daly. Daly had his skipper outside but decided to go himself. Oh, and he pops it back to Nick Gower. Well, the way that Daly and Meninga have worked tonight, it's almost been telepathic. That time he just expected his Canberra teammate to be outside him. He popped the ball up, and who was there to grab it but Nick Gower and save the day for New Zealand.
It's been a pretty important set of 6 tackles, that one. It was quite important for Australia to try and make sure that they rammed home any advantage. We still may see that happen as another turnover of Kiwi possession.
Gee, Bob Bailey would be very upset. He'd be angry at this point in time. Second tackle, losing the ball in your own quarter. He'd be happy to go in at 14-6, not 26.
That was good work from Kevin Iro, bouncing off one tackle and then reclaiming Daly. But there's plenty of space for Australia now, and not too many Kiwi defenders. Langer looking on the inside. Did he pop it off the ground? No, says Holdsworth. Play on. Can't. Good ball out to Jackson. Jackson's running out of support, though. They ran back towards where the Kiwi defence was. The movement broke down. They still have their chances. There's 4 minutes left. Meninga on the charge. Brushes aside McCracken. Oh, he's having a great game as the Australian captain. Only about 5 metres out. Wishart to dummy half. Gaia dummies. Goes himself and will be claimed about 8 metres from the Kiwi try line. Well, he's picked a little knock on there. Gaia certainly had one hand on the ground rolling the ball along, but Holdsworth says it was a knock on.
That should not be a turnover. It shouldn't be a turnover unless the knock-on has occurred after the play the ball has been in effect. That's the second time we've seen that happen. Had it happened in Sydney as well.
Mercer, the man who created the space for McCracken's try. Brown. His fiancée back in New Zealand will be watching this game with a deal of interest. Peter Brown is married next Saturday. Watson across field. He's really starting to involve himself, Watson. Mann with the kick downfield. That was Wayne Mann, the hooker. Wishart's back for it. Just 3 minutes to go, and this is a great bust by Wishart. What a powerful runner he is.
Oh, he's great from dummy half as well. He's an all-round winger.
Jackson saw a little bit of space. Had he been able to pop it to Daly, there was more danger. Langer to Bradley Clyde, who's got through a power of work. 2.5 minutes left. Langer again through the middle. Nicow grabs him over the top and rides him into the ground. He's been dangerous again as little Alfie. So is this man, Steve Walters, with the long ball to Bradley Clyde. There's no one out here with him. He cuts back in field looking for support. They're Eddinghausen to Gaia. Gaia pops it up to Daly. Daly with pace and space. But his ankle tapped and knocked down on the 5th tackle just outside the New Zealand quarter line. Langer calling the shots to Jackson. Salvatore wanted the through ball, I think. He manages to pop it back. Eddinghausen fumbles. It was a knockback. Wow, that's a sensational kick off the side of the boot and back in field. Bodica took it right on his own line. This time he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt and has to run it out and has been run into touch. This could be a crucial error by Frano Bodica. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the half. Australia lead 14-6. And Australia will feed this scrum about 10 metres outside the New Zealand line.
Some very good pressure play there from Eddinghausen. Firstly, to get that kick, he certainly wasn't facing anywhere near straight onto the try line. And then again to get up, chase the kick down and push Bodica across the touchline.
Well, the Kiwi forwards, understandably so, taking plenty of time to pack into their scrum. Jackson to Meninga. Meninga trying to bump away from tackles. The alarm bells are ringing for the Kiwis here at Lang Park. They don't want it to be 20-6 at half-time. Jackson looking for support. He finds Gillespie on the inside. Gillespie, well, they're going nowhere, the Aussies, at the moment. Let's see what they've got organised. Meninga at dummy half. To Langer. Meninga working on the run around, but pops it inside to Daly. Daly down about 8 metres out. 41 seconds remaining in the half. Bella on the charge, takes over the small men again. He ran right over the top of Friend, but loses it on the inside. The ball is rolled forward. The Kiwis breathe a sigh of relief. He is awarded a try.
I think
he has awarded the try. Well, I thought, Wally, from his hand gestures from Holdsworth, that it ruled that the ball had rolled forward.
Pretty hard to understand the ruling there, Pat, but it seems that the pass has tried to be thrown by Bella. Now it's either come off a Kiwi defender or been ripped out by one of the New Zealand players. Bella there trying to get it back. Yes, definitely knocked down by the Kiwi defender. Smart backup play there by Stevie Walters, and a very important 4 points for Australia with only about 14 seconds left of the bell. We've just heard it now.
Well, I think Steve Walters was under the same impression as us when he looked up and saw the hand signals from Holdsworth. He thought the try had not been awarded as well, but you can see quite clearly from these replays, Roy, that it did come off a Kiwi hand and it was a fair try.
Yes, well, nevertheless, it was a very difficult one to call from the referee, and nobody was more surprised than the try scorer. The point about that is that the New Zealand coach would be just so disappointed. He would have known that if he could have got them in at half-time with only a deficit of difference 14-6, he would have been a chance of pulling them back. It's going to take a very courageous effort to turn this around now.
Steve Walters' second try in Test football, of course. As we mentioned earlier, he scored in the first Test. So he's having a great series. Meninga set about 10 metres in from touch. He's already kicked 3 from 4. It'll be 3 from 5. The teams will head to half-time here at Lang Park in this third and deciding Test. Australia with a decisive lead of 18 points to 6.